Talk about reconstruction. Reconstruction for us is not reactionary. In fact, it's not even reformist. The re of the reconstruction. I mean, I'm gonna commit the sin that Heidegger warns us against when he says that thinking is not the same as using the dictionary. But sometimes you have to use the dictionary. And if you look at the Latin prefix re, which was very popular, like in sort of art and cyberspace 10, 15 years ago, if you remember, everybody was doing this little game saying re-colon something. You know, there were many exhibition titles. Re-colon, and they're completely dated now. That you know that this exhibition is in 2003, 2002, 2001, if it has re-colon something in the title. Because people were sort of playing with it. But actually the re is interesting because it's not just back to something. It is also setting something in motion. And it can also be a circular motion. Think of this beautiful word, recurrent, for instance. Right? Something that's recurrent. It's not something that goes backward, it's something that basically goes around itself. And if you look at the origin of the word revolution, if you have seen, for example, what Hannah Arendt has to say about it in her book on revolution, she basically points out that it meant completely different from the beginning, right? It meant a slow evolution. It's not a slow movement around itself, rather than a fast, abrupt change that then came to me, after the French Revolution. So reconstruction, in a certain sense, presupposes deconstruction, and it's not against deconstruction. That's the discussion we had briefly yesterday. It's when we say reconstruction, we don't mean to oppose the method of deconstruction, which always starts, if I'm not wrongly informed, in the margins of things. That's basically how it began. People started looking for new ways, and then of course you always try to look in the outskirts. You always see the future of a city in its outskirts. If you want to look at the future of Europe, you look in the Republic of Moldova and Transnistria, unfortunately, which is in the outskirts of Europe. And that's where you see things that are about to happen maybe to all of us. So reconstruction, in a certain sense, is looking at the marginal, using the sort of slight discrepancies that you find there in order to question the established ways of thinking and questioning the hierarchy, questioning the hegemony or the counter. What I've been asked to do is to present the term reconstruction. I did it in writing. So I will do what our moderator in Madrid did. I will suppose that you have read what we submitted before. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm just going to try and give some examples, and unfortunately I'll have to do it like this. Maybe you can see that this is the facade of our museum. Can you see that? Yeah, this actually illustrates two things. First of all, it illustrates the cultural context that we're in Belgium. You see the historicizing architecture. You see the historicizing architecture reflected in our facade. Reflected in our facade. You can't escape this kind of thing in Belgium. Because Belgium is a country that has been a country for a very short period of its physical existence. It's been part of the Low Countries, of course, forever. And that's one of the richest parts of Europe and has been and most densely populated since at least the 13th century. So whatever you do, you stumble over something that someone else has done in history. So relating to history is a condition that you can never escape. Now, I'm going to show just a few works from our collection, and this is actually a work in our collection by the artist Christoph Terlinde. Can you see it? You can't see this. Yeah, this is a work in our collection. I'm starting in the margins with deconstruction, and then I'm moving towards reconstruction. This is a work by Christoph Terlinde, who, when the museum was reconstructed in 2009, when the facade was repainted, when the lighting system was changed and some cosmetic changes to the building were done, he proposed to drop the U of the title of the museum, the name of the museum. The name of the museum in Dutch is museum. Hedendaagse Kunst, Contemporary Art, Antwerp. Museum for Contemporary Art, Antwerp. But eventually you come up with this Muhka thing that no one can pronounce. And it's been written in many different ways, and before 2009 it was written with a capital M and then a small u and then capital HKA. What Christoph Linde proposed was to remove the u, but leave the gap, to leave the gap that was there. And it's completely unpractical, and it's something that we're always struggling with, for instance, when we're proofreading books. Because the gap needs to be there, but you can't, of course, it cannot be a line break, it's a complicated thing. So what we see here in the first image is to see the gap after Christoph Linde suggested we remove the U, the missing U. And here you see the rest of it almost. So, that's one of the works in our collection. And we use it every day. Now I have to do this because I couldn't organize my pictures properly. So instead of I do this now, I talk about another work in our collection, which is by Robert Filiou. You know Robert Filiou. You know probably that one of the things that is really interesting about him is that he was actually an economist working for the United Nations in Korea and in Egypt, I think in Latin America as well. And then he gave all that up and moved back to France, having absolutely no money at all, and becoming a poet and an artist. We have something by him, and this is a sketch by Robert Filiou for a project in the Museum ab Treiberg in Mönchengladbach in 1969. And I'm not sure you can see it, maybe you can. To install 3 toilets in the museum, one for women, one for men, one for artists. And we've done this in our museum. Again, I have to look for the image, I'm sorry. This was organized on my computer. Oh, this one. That was all the artists. We implemented that in relation to the reconstruction of the building in 2000. Now, reconstruction can mean many things, right? The foundational moment of our museum, one of them, is this no longer existing spatial drawing by Gordon Matta Clark. Yesterday we talked about his father, Muhka, the Chilean painter, who in 1978 wrote a short text for the catalog of the exhibition in the library that we talked about. Incidentally, that was the same year that his son died. He was only 37 and he died of cancer. And one of the last projects that he did before he died was the conversion of a building in Antwerp and to commemorate the 400 years jubilee of the birth of Rubens, Peter Paul Rubens, because 1977 was the Rubens year in Antwerp, and they managed to invite Gordon Matta Clark to do this project where he would, well, it's a long story, but basically he cut with a chainsaw through a disused building below and created a very intricate spatial drawing by means of a chainsaw. And this used to be a shipping office in Antwerp waterfront. So he gave the work the title Office Baroque. And this was supposed to be then, because he died the year after, the then director of the International Cultural Center in Antwerp, which is the predecessor of Muhka, Lorbeck's, organized an action among artists whom he knew and artists who had known Gordon Matta Clark, setting up the so-called Gordon Matta Clark Foundation. They donated works to this foundation, and this would be the basis of a future contemporary museum in Antwerp. And obviously, the intention was to keep this building. It was to keep this project by Gordon Matta Clark, but surreptitiously, the owners of the building had it demolished in the summer of 1980. So before, Muhka was opened, because the Museum of Contemporary Art was eventually opened in 1987, but without, unfortunately, this thing, which would now have been fantastic to have. Now, but there's something else. So this is reconstruction in a very tangible sense. I wanted to show you I wanted to show you the Panamarenko house. Maybe you've seen the Panamarenko house. Instead, I will talk about this for a while. Just before I do this, I will just mention another project by Robert Filiou, which unfortunately we don't have in our collection, and no one does because it's one of these things you can't collect. It was a proposal by Robert Filiou in 1970 for an exhibition in Aachen, Aix-la-Chapelle. And he suggested that since Aachen is at the border of France, Belgium and Germany, he suggested that these three countries should exchange war monuments with each other, so that the Belgian monuments to those fallen in the First World War would be moved to Germany, the German monuments to France, and so on. Obviously, a very radical idea of a physical reconstruction that, as you can see, coincides with the deconstruction of the political historical myths that these monuments are made to uphold. Now, what is this? Some of you may know this. This is also another work in our collection. It is American Imperialism, Amerikaans Imperialism, by Lili de Jury. Her name sounds a bit French, but she's actually a Flemish artist, born in 1941. This work was first devised as a set of possibilities in 1971. It developed out of earlier work by her that also played with this leaning metal plate, a metal plate that leans onto a wall. In some of the earlier versions, the paint was actually on the inside of the metal plate, so that you would have a sort of reflection of a very strong color onto the wall. In this work, which again exists in, I think, 12 different permutations, possible combinations of painted or unpainted metal, and different colors of the wall, and different colors, of course, also of the painted metal. We chose to realize it in 2011 in this version. What happens is that you, as a viewer, are faced with the work that, in its form, in its visual material presence, embodies its title. American imperialism in the art world in 1971 was pretty much what was called minimal art, or literal art. Minimalism, we would say today, perhaps. That was still very much the canon, the hegemonic mode, which was embraced by many people, not least in Western Europe, and not least also by many people who were actually against American imperialism on the political, in the political understanding of the term. So what she was doing here, by giving this kind of work this title, was basically to show the discrepancy between how American imperialism was understood in politics and the newspapers, and how it was criticized, and how it was understood and embraced when people went to art exhibitions. Another discussion yesterday about the difference between society and the public, and it goes too far to bring that up here, but in detail, but I will just say that the public is essentially a bourgeois notion. Right? The public, addressing that public, the general public, it sort of completely skirts the idea of how you become a member of that public, how you become somebody who accidentally wanders into an art exhibition. The notion of the public completely skirts that issue. Whereas society, obviously, is something different. A work of I would say, quite strong critical potential, but playing completely with the formal elements at hand at the time. Another thing that is interesting about the work is that it's very different if you stand right in front of it and if you move around in the space. Here we have a picture that is designed to show how the work is constructed, which means it doesn't give you this surprise effect, because what happens, of course, is that the gap opens up when you move around it, because you see that the wall behind the metal plate is not painted. And with such a simple device, she creates uncertainty and doubt. And that doubt, of course, also relates to the title of the work. Let me just tell you something about reconstruction. Reconstruction in a museological context can also be quite literal. It can also be reconstructing a work that has been lost. This is a work called Auto Theater, and it's actually the first artwork ever made as an artwork by Daniel Squeri, the Romanian Swiss artist. who is perhaps best known for his work in Germany in the 60s. He's now in his 80s, but he's still active. And in 1959, when he was living in Düsseldorf, he was invited to be part of an exhibition in Antwerp in something called the Hessen House, which is an old 16th century warehouse in the central part of the city. And there was a series of exhibitions, and in one of them, this machine for reading text, it's a kind of monologue machine. An actor is supposed to stand in front of it and read these things because these are rolling, you know. These scrolls are rolling, and as they do, they punch the metal plates and they create a sort of background noise. So it's an installation, if you want, by Von in 1959. But then it's very which we had remade for a show that commemorated the history of these exhibitions in Antwerp. So it was, in a way, a revisitation, or a revision, which led to a reconstruction. Last thing, I'll show you one more thing. And this is just to show you that even if we, as a museum, focus mostly for logistical and political reasons, mostly on Flanders, because we are a museum founded and funded by the Flemish community, and even if we have chosen to focus on what we call Eurasia, which can be understood in different ways, but mostly means art from countries that used to be part of the Soviet Union, Russia, Central Asia, the Caucasus. Even if we do that, we still try to collect work from other parts of the world. And I just wanted to show a recent acquisition by Teresa Muhka, the Peruvian artist. This is the original of her self-portrait from 1972. There's also a copy of it around, but we managed to acquire the original. And it's basically a work that deals with self-identification through measurement. So it's basically provides you with all the data about the author, so that if you want, you could even reconstitute this data, you know, like reconstruct, if you like, at least in your mind, what she would have been like this particular day in 1972 when she measured herself with a variety of parameters, not just visual but also medical. So the whole work, this is just a part of it, is a room, is an installation with all kinds of measurements of her physical existence on a particular day. And obviously, showing this at any given time is in itself a reconstruction. So by giving you a few examples from our collection, I hope I have done what I was asked to do, which was to sort of ground this term in practice.